The new world number one, Nelly Korda, and most recently, the winner of the Pelican Women's Championship, has one of the smoothest swings on the LPGA Tour. One of the most technically sound swings as well. We're going to do a quick breakdown. Stick with me. So we've got her playing line here. Nice setup. Feet are pretty square to her target. She's not trying to draw this ball or anything. I believe she actually plays a slight little cut. Knees slightly bent. She's got her feet flared just a little bit. This, again, helps with the hip rotation and everything. She's not the biggest girl. She's pretty skinny, but she still hits it a pretty good distance. So let's get into this backswing here. As she takes it back, club is in perfect position. Right as she gets to the parallel, again, perfect position. That club face, really good spot. She's extending that club back towards the camera. Driver head is right where her hands are. It's in perfect spot. She continues back. As she gets to the top, you can see that left front leg. It's got quite a bit of bend to it, shifting that weight back onto that right leg, that back leg there. As she gets to the top, left arm looks relatively straight from this angle. Pretty good size shoulder turn there. Her shoulders are definitely pointing behind the golf ball. One thing I do notice, which, you know, it's every golf swing's different. You can see that the club head is kind of behind her arm here. A lot of people will have that club kind of coming more out here, and you can see it in the backswing. But she's laying it off just a little bit. And then as she starts her downswing, her lower body is what moves first. You can see that club hasn't moved barely anything, and she's already shifting that weight back onto that front leg. Head staying behind the golf ball. She rips those hands down. The club is coming above plane, which tells me she's probably playing a cut here. And then as she makes impact, again, above plane is where she's coming from. So she's probably playing just a slight little baby cut. Arms are extended right after impact, slightly bent, and then extended right through impact. Belt buckle to the target, pushing off on that right back foot, just like you like. Head, again, staying behind the golf ball, staying low. And then she's got a nice balanced follow through. Let's take a look from the other angle. So from this angle, I'm not sure if this is just this swing, but one thing I notice immediately is look how far back in her stance she's got this driver. She's either trying to hit it low, which she does have it teed up pretty low, but that just may be her typical style. I'm not super familiar with her swing and her style of play, but yeah, that's way far back. Typically, you know, they tell you put it up here off your left heel. So she's got that back pretty far, and she's also got the ball teed up pretty low down here. So maybe it's windy, or that's just her fairway finder kind of deal. So I'm going to draw some lines here on her legs to see about her sway and if she has any. You can see her shoulders pointed slightly up, not too bad, but that's also because she's got the ball so far back in her stance. If the ball is up closer to her front foot, those shoulders are going to be pointed even more up. You can also see she kind of has her head tilted back. Again, just keeping it behind the golf ball through impact and through the whole swing, most likely. So let's get into the backswing here. As she swings back, yeah, you can see zero sway backwards. I mean, absolutely no sway whatsoever. She's just rotating right around that back leg. You can see that left leg is starting to bend just a little bit, not a lot. And then as she gets into her downswing, you can see her first move is that hip busting through the line there. She's pushing it towards the target. Club is still basically parallel. She's got a ton of lag. Look at that angle right there. Here's the club. Here's her arm. It's just a ton of lag, which increases the whip on the shaft, which is going to increase the distance as well. You can see she's really working to keep that head behind the golf ball. Look at that. That's crazy. And then look how far she's gone through this front plane. She's pushing those hips towards the target, pushing off that back leg. Again, I think she's trying to hit down on this because she does hit down on it. But again, sometimes the guys or girls will do that to have a good fairway finder, just kind of hit one out there when they're not worried about hitting a bomb. But you can see as she comes through contact, she gets all that weight onto that front leg, just straight up and down here, right on top of that front leg perfectly. So Nelly Korda, new number one. She's been number one before. She's an amazing athlete, amazing golfer. Her future is very, very bright on the LPGA Tour.